Welcome to Gravel Trap Legends Sports 2000 Round 5 at Silverstone for the last sprints of the whole series. Series leader Magic took pole position after a difficult qualifying, the track starting wet but quickly drying off. A couple of drivers took risks with tyre choices, starting early on dries or changing to dries late in the session. Jimmy Ricard back in 8th, he was one of several drivers who struggled with the changing conditions of qualifying, but also he was going to significantly improve his situation during this race. Pixilla's back in the Kodak car for another round after a very respectable 9th place at Brands Hatch last week. He lines up in the grid with Bales, who is about to have a really rough night, unfortunately retiring from both sprints. A disappointing round 5 for Bales, who has been doing really well. Race start and Magic fluffs it. Magic is known for his strong finishes, but out of the 5 standing starts of this series so far, he has lost positions on 4 of them. Travis had this problem until Brands Hatch, but he has it sorted now. Both Travis and Gunnar pass Magic on the start line, and they both fight for second place behind the very quick start from Eski. Silverstone is the only FIA Grade 1 circuit on the calendar. It's wide, fast, with massive safe runoff areas, and the drivers took full advantage of Silverstone to push hard, some saying that Eski spent more time outside of the white lines than within them. This created some of the most competitive racing we have seen so far. Eski did end up with track limits penalty, so there might have been some truth to the rumour, but there is no denying that he set a red-hot pace the other drivers struggled to follow. There were 5 lead changes in race 1, 4 different leaders, Magic, Eski, Gunnar and Jimmy Ricard all taking their turn at the front. And the intensity of their battle was not just limited to the front. The fight for 16th involved 6 drivers and was just as fierce as any battle for the lead. The Silverstone crowd getting their money's worth out of GTL. And this wasn't just the opening laps, the battles went right up to the finishing line. It was great to see the GTL drivers really pushing their MCRs to the limit. After the 5 safety cars at the opening round of Silverstone, 7 races later and the difference was clear. The drivers had learnt their machines and had the confidence to race close and hard. There were no safety cars, there were hardly any incidents to speak of. I think I saw the race stewards buying ice creams and enjoying the sun and the embankment. The weather, though, had been a cause of concern. Rain had been forecast, but luckily for the crowd both races occurred between showers, and the drivers only had moist track conditions. Important as they were able to stay out on slick tyres the whole time. Lap 3 and Eski got monstered by Gunnar and Magic down Hanger Straight, taking him each side. And now I'm going to shut up and let you enjoy this battle for the lead. You don't need anyone to tell you that this is great racing. Brilliant racing from the top 5, with Jimmy Ricard making the biggest gains from 8th to 3rd. That was a good run and tough, highly competitive racing. But it's Gunner's race. From third he took the lead, lost it to Magic and then retook it on lap 6, crossing the line for the full 25 points on offer. Bittersweet, it does come with a 10th place start in race 2, as the second race is a top 10 reverse grid. This puts Skullpain on pole for race 2, with Cuckoo in second and Rangy in third. Behind them, Travis, No Frills, Esky, Jimmy Ricard, Magic and Gunner, and Dollop moving up to 10th as Left was unable to make the grid. Race 2 is a rolling start, suiting Magic much more than race 1. Here's a sharp operator and chaotic starts, going from 8th to 5th in the opening lap. There has been a brief rain between races and the circuit was still damp, but clearing skies meant all drivers started on slicks, taking a bit of extra care in the slippery conditions. Lap 2 and Cuckoo takes the lead. Skullpain is pounced upon by Rangy and they go side by side. Behind them, Jimmy, Travis and Magic are 3 wide. Great racing. Rangy gets ahead of Skullpain and Travis makes the challenge. The top 10 reverse grids puts a lot of pressure on the top drivers to make places, and the pole position driver can get a bit muscled, but it's all very clean passes and good racecraft. But one of the things we like about Skullpain is he fights back. Skull takes third back from Travis. Skullpain is no slouch. He's not appeared in our highlights much, but likewise also been absent from the stewards report. He came 7th at Brands Hatch and 9th at Donington, but mostly he's been finishing in the 12s. And then in this company there is nothing wrong with that. The mid-pack of this group is usually somewhere closer to 16. Skullpain keeps his head despite some chaotic racing around him. Travis and Jimmy go side by side, as do Gunner and Magic behind them. No contact, just good hard racing. And all this is exactly what Cuckoo will want to see. Let them fight and he can make his getaway. Lap 4 and Big Dollop is defending 6th place. Magic is trying to work his way forward, but it's very hard work getting around these very quick drivers. Nobody's going easy on him. Gunner, Travis and Jimmy are battling over 3rd place ahead of them, and that's the fight Magic wants to be in. Itonje is in 10th place. He has done very well considering he qualified back in 22nd in race 1, but he fought all the way back to 13th in the first sprint and is now battling with the very quick No Frills, who gets a bit sporty on the wet curb. Itonje only just joined the series at Brands Hatch, where a pit stop error left him with a dud front tyre and therefore a poor finish. So it's great to see him here with 4 good tyres and scrapping it out with the quick guys. Lap 7 and Cuckoo has been controlling the pace. He has been rock solid, just keeping it quick enough to stay in first without pushing the car too quick, so it is a surprise to everyone when he goes wide out of club and gives it all away. Huge disappointment for Cuckoo. Jimmy Ricard takes the lead with Rangy and Travis close behind, and Cuckoo rejoins behind them. This now sets up for an epic battle between Jimmy Ricard and Rangy for first place. Neither Jimmy nor Rangy have won a Sports 2000 race yet, despite both being front runners, and so both are very motivated to win the second sprint at Silverstone. Only 6 points separate these two drivers, and both will be challenging Magic for the overall lead if Rangy had not had a bad run at Centerton and if Jimmy hadn't had equipment issues at Brands Hatch. So the stakes are high for both drivers, usually a recipe for drama in motorsports, and they didn't disappoint. Rangy spins off at Corpse on lap 8 and Jimmy Ricard secures first place. After a brilliant battle, I don't think Rangy was even that upset. Two very talented drivers giving it everything, and not a flake of paint was lost. But the action wasn't quite over yet. Jimmy Ricard had both hands on the lead, but Travis was having to defend against a strong challenge from Magic. It's the last lap and everything to play for. Travis defends the fast line into Stowe, and Magic pulls off what has become his signature move. A fast flick early into the apex and somehow holding on through the fast right-hand sweeper. Not sure how he does it, but he keeps the Kircher car on track and shows us all why he is leading this series. A brilliant high-risk move for second place on the last lap. And Jimmy Ricard wins his first Sports 2000 race, while Magic defends second from Travis right up to the line. Cuckoo will cross in 4th, Gunner 5th, and No Frills 6th, Big Dollop 7th, and Skullpain in 8th place. Magic remains on top, 42 points clear of Travis. There are 50 points on offer at the finale next week at Cadwell Park, so only a complete disaster for Magic would give Travis or Esky a chance at the series win. More likely we are looking at a battle for second place, only 4 points separating second and third. But Cadwell Park is without a doubt the most difficult circuit on the calendar. It's tight and twisty with massive changes in elevation, off-camber corners. I have no doubt we will see mistakes and tears at Cadwell. It would not take much for an upset somewhere in the leaderboard, and I myself cannot wait to see what the drivers can do there. Thank you for following the action. Next Monday it all finishes with the last endurance, 70 minutes of the GOAT track, Cadwell Park.